Solve the equation, and in the parentheses we've got 3x minus 5, and we're going to subtract 6x plus 14 in another parenthesis, and that will equal 2, all right? So again, solve the equation, 3x minus 5 in parentheses minus 6x plus 4 in parentheses equaling to 2. See how this is going to work out, all right? Let's take a look at it. First of all, some of you have been with us the last 2 days. Most of you, I hope, have been with us the last 2 days. This looks familiar, doesn't it? We first started off with simplifying this expression. Yesterday, we evaluated it for a value of x, and now we're going to set it equal to the number 2. Now, there's nothing magic about 2. It's just what I think will be fun to work with today, all right? So let's see where this is all going to fly, where it's going to go, what's it going to do for us, where the road's taking us, all right? And what we got going on here, I'm going to keep my first parenthesis all by its lonesome. It looks good right there, 3x minus 5. No signs, no numbers in front to distribute, just leave it alone, all right? Now, here's where you got to be careful, my friends. Everybody watch closely and notice some stuff going on here. When you have a negative or a minus, in this case, it's definitely a subtract. In front of this parenthesis, it acts like a negative, all right? It's like distributing a -1 through there. Now, when you distribute a -1 through that parenthesis, the only thing that happens are sign changes. 6x is still there. 14 is still there, but we're going to have minuses in front. We're going to be subtracting them instead of using the positive versions there, all right? So let's see what happens. We say minus 6x, and we keep going, minus 14, and the parentheses says stop the negative, and we leave 2 alone, all right? So there we have it. That's our setup. If you'll notice, we got 3x minus 5, minus 6x, minus 14, equaling to 2. Now, for those of you who've been with us, we're going to look for like terms. Those of you who haven't been with us, we're still going to look for like terms. All right, so we got 3x minus 6x, which gives me minus or negative 3x right there on the front end. I like to put those x's toward the front. And I've got a negative 5 and a negative 14, which is going to come down to give us a minus 19 if we're doing subtraction. So you can look at that as being plus a negative 19, all right? But anyway, it is minus 19 equaling the good old 2 hanging on there. Now, let's move some things around because we want to get x by itself. So what we got to do first is to take and add 19. So let's do that. Add 19 to both sides there. You've got a negative 3x. On the other side, we're going to have 19 plus 2, which gives us 21. And I like it because we've got a negative 3 there. Some of you go like, ooh, you don't like negatives. Well, you know, it happens. It happens. So let's do the divide by negative 3 to both sides because that's what we need to do. Use that old division property of equality. And we're going to end up with x looks like equaling to a negative 7. Now, you know me. Yes, you know me out here. Those of you who've tuned in. Those of you who've never have, you're going to learn me. Learn about me here. I like to check to make sure this works. So let's check it out here. We got 3x minus 5 in parentheses, and we're going to subtract that 6x plus 14, and we're going to see if we get a result of 2. So we're going to substitute this thing in there really quick. We're going to put a negative 7 everywhere we see an x, and I'm just going to write it right above there, all right? So we can work right through there. I'm thinking, and I hope you all are too, looks to me like we've got negative 21 minus 6. Out here, we've got subtract, I'm going to put in a bracket, a negative 42 plus 14. Now you say, Ernie, we changed signs. That was back over here. We're going back to the original equation here. Going back to the original equation. So we do not want to worry about the sign changes. We'll let the numbers do what they need to do. And that equals to 2. There we go. Let's see if it fits. Let's see if it works. We've got negative. That did something wrong here, folks. That's a 5, not a 6. Sorry about that. Now we got a negative 26. That's what I'm looking for. Minus a negative 28. And the question is, does that give us 2? And it's going to be a negative 26. Remember, you add the opposite. Plus 28 equals 2. Goodness sakes, that's 2 equals 2. It checks. It checks out. So good problem of the day. Took a little bit of room, didn't it, folks? All right. But that's the way it works. That's the way it works.
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.